I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site. Stock slide again. China's in a bear market and oil skids.
I'm Remy Blair in San Francisco. FDA decisions are swaying pharma and biotech stocks. Will key names stand out in a sea of red? And in France, a cannabis drug trial leaves one patient brain dead. What does this mean for the future of cannabis-based drugs?
Welcome to Small Cap Nation. I'm Jane King at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. Wall Street is heading into the weekend with another global market sell-off. Asian markets plummeted. The Shanghai index is now in a bear market, down 20% from its highs. Hong Kong's Seng hit a 3-year low, and oil broke below $30 a barrel. U.S. markets will be closed Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Manatech stock has seen a volatile swing over the past year. Manatech is a direct seller of health, weight, fitness, skincare, and other wellness products that are sold in 24 countries. It plans to add its footprint this year, entering Colombia, its first South American market. Now, its stock has had a swing of 81% in the past year. The company has a market cap of about $46 million, and that allows it to keep in touch with institutional investors who do hold shares. United Health could be a suitor for WebMD, the health information website, reportedly exploring a sale. The Financial Times, citing sources familiar with the matter, reports that New York-based WebMD has held talks with several suitors, including United Health and the drugstore chain Walgreens Boots Alliance. There is no comment so far from those companies. Well, another oil company bites the dust. Energy company Goodrich Petroleum has been delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. The company expects to begin trading on the over-the-counter markets today. Now, amid the ongoing oil slump, a number of energy companies are struggling to maintain compliance with both the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ stock market. Some have been delisted. Well, lots of small cap companies making news today, so here's a look in today's small cap wrap. Atwood Oceanics replaces Microsemi in the S&P Small Cap 600. Meanwhile, Microsemi moves to the S&P 400 Mid Cap Index. Lionsgate will release box office receipts of Norm of the North. Orbital ATK values its new NASA contract at $1.2 to $1.5 billion. And Treehouse Foods sees 2016 earnings per share below expectations. Well, electric vehicle maker anticipates raising about $50 million in the next calendar year, possibly through a new form of initial public offering for small, early-stage companies. RC Moto has raised about $7.5 million to date, but the founder said his company will begin major fundraising this summer, in part to finance construction of a factory for producing its 3-wheeled electric motorcycles. The company has received more than 400 pre-orders for those electric vehicles. Sales at U.S. retailers fell in December as 2015 recorded the slowest pace of gains since 2009. Retail sales dropped, so small cap stores could be under pressure today as well. And it's not just uber cautious shoppers either. Falling gas receipts drove retail sales down as well. FDA decisions are swaying price action of several pharma names. The healthcare sector is set to close in the red for the week. Now, what's behind the mixed action for BioMarin and Sarepta?
Hi Jane, it's been quite a week across the global markets, and it's been a bloodbath in healthcare, in particular the biotech sector. Ahead of the weekend, the FDA rejected BioMarin's muscle-wasting drug in a complete response letter. On Thursday, shares of the NASDAQ-listed company hit a 52-week low before closing up on the session. Now, the FDA says there is not enough evidence of benefit for BioMarin's drug Cannabis, and the agency requires additional research from the company. BioMarin's treatment for DMD was rejected by the FDA after months of uncertainty. Last autumn, the FDA indicated that the drug's effectiveness in trials was not enough for approval. Since then, shares of the company fell nearly 30%. Now, BioMarin acquired Cannabis from ProSense Holding for $840 million in 2015. DMD is a degenerative genetic disorder that has no cure. It hampers muscle movement and affects about 1 in every 3,600 newborn boys. Separately, Sarepta Therapeutics shares soared on the BioMarin news. Now, Sarepta is awaiting FDA approval for its DMD drug. Sarepta's eteplirsen drug review is expected in the coming week.
Does the FDA decision signal an end to BioMarin's DMD drug?
Although the FDA decision has come out, it's not over for Cannabis. European approval for the drug is expected in the coming months. The company says it is working with the FDA to figure out its next steps. Now, Cannabis is still under review in the EU. Also keep in mind that BioMarin applied for full approval while Sarepta filed for accelerated approval of its drug. Also, Sarepta has shown that its drug increased dystrophin production, and that's a protein that is vital for muscle fibers in patients with DMD. And speaking of approval by European regulators, PTC Therapeutics has a DMD drug that received conditional approval in 2014 over in Europe. PTC's drug failed in a late-stage trial in the U.S., but the company says it has data to submit a marketing application. Its stock touched a 52-week low on Thursday before recovering.
Another healthcare stock getting hit today, Therapeutics shares opening in the red amid the sell-off in the equity markets. And what's the latest FDA action for Heron?
Therapeutics announced that the FDA will delay its decision on Sustol. This is a small setback for the maker of experimental drugs that treat chemotherapy-induced nausea. Now, the agency is expected to announce its decision later on next month. Now, the biotech firm's injectable drug, Sustol, has succeeded in a late-stage trial. Heron is testing another drug for CINV. Now, chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting is one of the most acute side effects of cancer therapy. The Redwood City, California-based company is also testing another drug for CINV. It has 2 other experimental drugs aimed at treating chronic pain. is a small-cap company with a market cap of just over $795 million.
Guys, I got the jerseys. El Nino.
Aquí.
Spray Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Ovan.
Think that's me?
You guy. It's $40. Can you cover that?
I'll send it to you right now. Done.
Okay, got it. So hat-trick Rick, he's the best player on our team. You get the ball, you give it to him.
Great. Rick.
On your phone, online, on the go, Wells Fargo makes it easy to get banking done.
All right, Don, you're on. Nope, just kidding.
Doug, you've been staring at that for a while, huh? Listen, TD Ameritrade has former floor traders to help walk you through that complex trade, so you'll be confident enough to do what you want. I'll pull up your number. Blammo. Let's get those guys on the horn. Ooh. Looks like it is time to upgrade your phone, Douglas.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Let's go, Serena. Fight. Come on, fight. Stay low. Come on, Serena.
Back to the top. Here we go. 2, 5, 6. Whoa, stop. Let's go back. 1, 2. Whoa, we're gonna stop there. I bet we can do it even better.
It took tennis legend Serena Williams, fencing champion Tim Morehouse, and the world-famous Rockettes years to master their craft. But it took them only moments to master paying bills at Chase.com, depositing checks at Chase ATMs, and transferring funds on the mobile app. Technology designed for you, so you can easily master the way you bank.
In France, a botched drug trial has left 1 patient brain dead and 6 patients in a serious condition. What went wrong?
A private clinical trial in northwestern France has been halted and volunteers have been recalled. 6 patients in good health were taking part in a drug trial. After taking the experimental oral medication, 1 patient is brain dead and 5 suffered serious injuries. It's not clear how many patients took part in the phase 1 trial. French prosecutors are investigating the case, and the French Ministry of Health is looking into the incident that took place at a privately licensed lab in Brittany. Details are still trickling out ahead of the weekend, but according to sources, the drug was a painkiller that contained cannabinoids. Now, these are active ingredients found in cannabis plants. There are reports that a research company, BioTrial, has been conducting the trials for Bio, which is a pharmaceutical firm based in Portugal. And according to its website, BioTrial says it can fast-track early patient studies by combining the regulatory environment in Western Europe with fast and efficient patient recruitment in Eastern Europe. Now, BioTrial conducts phase 1 trials at its facility in France. It also has space in Newark, New Jersey, where it conducts early clinical studies.
Details surrounding the lab are scarce. What safeguards are being put in place after this incident?
Every year, thousands of volunteers take part in clinical trials. Mishaps tend to be rare in these studies, but that doesn't mean they don't happen. Drug trials are typically carried out by clinical research organizations on behalf of the pharmaceutical companies that develop a product. Also, drugs must go through extensive animal testing before human studies can take place. Britain's GW Pharma markets an approved cannabis-derived treatment for spasticity caused by MS, and France's largest drug maker Sanofi, as well as GW Pharma, have stated that they were not involved with this trial and neither were any of their products. Now, scientific studies testing the efficacy of cannabinoids on pain are limited. The botched trial in France aimed to determine the safety, tolerance, as well as pharmaceutical properties of the molecule for healthy people. What is known is that the medication being tested was an oral one.
Listen up, investors. What to buy, sell, or hold, our daily segment on what the experts are recommending when Small Cap Nation returns.
Everyone works hard for a reason. Working together, we can help you prepare financially for when 2 becomes 3. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
You want to be the best investor you can be. You want to cut through the noise of an overwhelming amount of analysis. You want the insights that will help you decide which ideas to execute and which to leave behind. You want your trades executed in 1 second or less, guaranteed and routed with institutional quality technology. Look no further. Open an account and find more of the expertise you need to be a better investor.
When I got the phone call that we had received the grant, I held my breath.
To have a program like this is a big reward. Being a Chase Mission Main Street grant recipient is a game changer.
One of the biggest surprises in starting a small business is the number of hours we should work for the first 20 years.
One of the great things about this grant is that it is going to let us invest in some additional inventories. It's going to allow this business to go to the next level. Being a recipient of this grant, we can't be thankful enough.
It's a dream come true, and I'm still in awe.
Well, lots of activity in today's buy-sell-hold action. Copart rated a new hold at Jefferies. Pandora was rated a new neutral at Susquehanna. Vibro Animal Health cut to underweight at Barclays. Plantronics raised to overweight at JP Morgan. Royal Gold cut to market perform versus outperform at BMO. Well, thanks for joining us on Small Cap Nation, and we'll see you back here next week. Until then, check back for the latest news and research on smallcapnation.com, Facebook, and Twitter.